The movie Troy opens with the Greek king Agamemnon expanding his dominion through conquest, securing alliances with Greek leaders. Achilles, Greece's fiercest warrior, fights for him but harbors disdain for his king. Meanwhile, in Sparta, Prince Paris of Troy begins a doomed love affair with Helen, the wife of Menelaus, Agamemnon's brother. Helen leaves her husband and sails to Troy with Paris, sparking a conflict that will engulf entire nations. Incensed by this betrayal, Menelaus demands Helen's return. Agamemnon sees an opportunity to conquer Troy and unite all of Greece under his rule. He calls upon his allies, including the reluctant Achilles, who is persuaded by his cousin Patroclus and the promise of eternal glory. As the Greek armada sets sail, Odysseus, king of Ithaca, acts as the voice of reason and strategy. The Greeks land on Troy's shores and launch an assault, spearheaded by Achilles and his loyal Myrmidons. They swiftly capture the beach and desecrate the temple of Apollo, where Achilles claims Briseis, a Trojan priestess and Hector's cousin, as his war prize. The initial Greek success sets the stage for a prolonged siege. Inside Troy, King Priam and his son Hector prepare for war. Hector warns his younger brother Paris that Helen's presence will bring destruction upon their city, but Priam chooses to protect her. To prevent further bloodshed, Paris offers to duel Menelaus in single combat. The duel ends in chaos when Hector intervenes to save Paris, killing Menelaus in the process. Furious, Agamemnon orders an attack, but the Trojans push the Greeks back, led by Hector's tactical brilliance. Achilles, enraged by Agamemnon's seizure of Briseis, withdraws his forces, refusing to fight. Meanwhile, Hector strengthens Troy's defenses, aware of the fragile balance of power. Agamemnon's forces face setbacks, but the Greeks regroup under the leadership of Odysseus. Seeking to inspire the Greek army, Patroclus dons Achilles' armor and leads a charge against the Trojans. Believing Achilles has returned to battle, Hector fights and kills Patroclus, only to discover the young man's true identity. This act sets off a chain of tragic events. Achilles, consumed by grief and rage, seeks vengeance. Achilles challenges Hector to a duel outside Troy's walls. Hector, knowing his fate, bids a heartfelt farewell to his wife, Andromache, and their son. The fight is brutal and intense, with Achilles ultimately killing Hector and desecrating his body by dragging it behind his chariot. This act of dishonor devastates Troy. That night, King Priam secretly visits Achilles in the Greek camp. He humbles himself, begging for his son's body to ensure a proper burial. Moved by Priam's courage and grief, Achilles returns Hector's body and agrees to a temporary truce, allowing for a funeral to honor the Trojan prince. As the war resumes, the Greeks devise their most cunning strategy, the Trojan horse. Odysseus leads a select group of warriors hidden inside a wooden horse, which the Greeks present as a supposed offering of surrender. Despite warnings from Paris, the Trojans bring the horse into their city. During the night, the Greeks emerge from the horse and open Troy's gates to their army. The city falls into chaos as the Greeks slaughter its inhabitants and burn it to the ground. Priam is killed by Agamemnon, while Paris leads survivors, including Helen and Andromache, through a secret escape tunnel. Achilles, desperate to find Briseis, locates her as she kills Agamemnon to escape enslavement. However, Achilles' reunion with Briseis is cut short when Paris, seeking vengeance for his brother, shoots him with multiple arrows, including one to his heel. Mortally wounded, Achilles ensures Briseis' safety before succumbing to his injuries. The movie concludes with Troy in ruins. Survivors flee to rebuild their lives, while Achilles' body is honored with a funeral pyre. Odysseus reflects on the war's devastating cost, leaving the audience with a haunting sense of the price of glory and ambition. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.